One of the scariest things for medieval people was purgatory. Purgatory is basically like a washing machine for souls. People commit sins, and in purgatory they atone for those sins, which in turn makes them eligible for the joy of heaven. Purgatory was thought to be the little brother of hell, and accordingly the process of purification worked with fire. When you die, you need to have your mortal sins forgiven. A priest can do that for you, if you happen to have one handy, and if not, well, enjoy hell. Mortal sins are knowing and willful violations of God's law that necessarily condemn you to hell. Gluttony, lust, sloth, and more, commonly known as fun, rupture a person's link to God's saving grace. When these mortal sins are taken care of, there are still a lot of venial sins left over. Venial sins are lighter sins that make God angry, but not so much so God would condemn you to hell. Those lighter sins you can burn off for a couple of 100 years or more, depending on how bad you are, and then you are as holy as a newly minted saint, and off you go to the joy of heaven. Purgatory itself is mentioned exactly zilch times in the Bible. None. Zero. Like in not at all. For Protestants in general and Lutherans in particular, if it's not in the Bible, it can't be that important, and we tend not to worry about it. For Lutherans, sins are not so much things you do, but sinfulness is a condition humans live in, which consequently leads to unhealthy and unethical behavior. Evil actions are symptoms of a deeper issue. For Martin Luther, the core problem was a human heart turning in on itself. Selfishness, self-obsession, and egoism. Everything that removes God from the center of the universe and replaces God with a magic that is me. Lutherans live with the fact that humans cannot achieve holiness by themselves. But that doesn't stop us from trying. And for everything else, we rely on God's free gift of grace.